Low personal touch. Yes, the traditional way you go and you touch the product, you feel the product, and then you order for the products. Initially, you go with traditional. Now you know what exactly it is. Now don't go to the traditional. Come to our shopping thing and you buy the product. That is what they say. So if you are computer savvy, then definitely you can actually go with e-business. If not, fraudulent acts will happen. So be careful with this. Be careful whatever you write in that. Be careful whatever you save in that. That means what? There's always something called electronic eyes. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Business Studies in Vidyashram PU College, the Temple of Excellence. Now welcome to the second session of Emerging Modes of Business. A small recap. For the first session, we understood what is the meaning of emerging modes of business, and then we went with the scope of emerging modes of business, that is B2B, B2C, intra-B, and then we have C2C. And now we are in the next one where you will get to know about the limitations of e-commerce. Now understand, in the first session I spoke about the benefits of e-commerce, and I told you that there will be a benefit. That means there will be a limitations as well. So the limitations we will cover in this session. Hope you will understand all these points, and I'll tell you it's a very important topic, why there is a limitation and what is that the mode of business gonna do for recovering all these limitations and making it as a benefit. So first one, we have the limitation is low personal touch. Yes, the traditional way you go and you touch the product, you feel the product, and then you order for the products. But here what happens is everything is only in the screen. You don't have the sense of touching it, feeling it. So that is what the limitations of e-business is. And next you have incongruence. Now the word incongruence means what? Unpleasant. You will have that unpleasant. This is a term which was coined by a psychologist, that is called Carl Roger, and he said anything what the human being feel unpleasant about any kind of a thing, we call it as incongruence. And the incongruence between order taking. Now order taking will happen just a click and the order will be placed, but what happens is when the order is given, now the speed will not be matched. So that is what the incongruence. In the traditional way, what it is, you want to go and buy, you will buy the product and you will come, but here what happens is you need to wait for the product to get it for a delivery. Next you have is need for technology capability. Now many of us, we are not technical savvy. Now you are supposed to understand that if you want to be a computer savvy or a technological savvy, you are supposed to get into the technology, but many of us, we are still not, we don't have that ability to go with that speed of technology. Next you have is increased risk. Yes, this is one of the major demerits of e-commerce, that is you don't know who is the seller, you don't know who is the buyer. Anybody can actually hack to your personal things and they can take the money. So it is risk is more because you don't know who the person is due to anonymity and the non-transferability of parties. So you will have a problem. And the last one is ethical fallouts. Ethical fallouts you will understand when I'll explain about what exactly ethical fallout is. I've given a small case study also, and then you will understand what does this ethical fallout is all about. So these are the limitations. Please write it down, and you need to understand the first one being low personal touch. You can't touch the material. Yes, it is a demerit. Then the speed of giving the order or placing the order is very fast, but when you receive the order, it is very slow comparatively. Then technology, you are supposed to be very good with technology. If you're not good with technology, then that will be your limitations for your e-commerce. Then we have it is what? Increase the risk is there because uncertainty, we don't know who the person is. Non-traceability of parties will happen, so we don't know, so risk is more. And the last one is ethical fallout. So one by one, let's see the limitations of e-business. You will understand the limitation is too much. And now the emerging modes of business are doing what? They are converting these limitation into merits. But I'll tell you, whatever it is, this low personal touch is there. No, you cannot make this as a merit. So that is what it is. First one, low personal touch. What exactly it is? High tech it may be. What is it? High tech it may be. E-business, however, lacks warmth of interpersonal interactions. So you go with door to door service. What happens is, personally somebody is there to convince you. He'll help you what exactly the usage, everything. But whatever the sophisticated technology used, we lack that door to door service. We lack that salesman and the customers interaction here. That is what the problem here it happens. To this extent, it is relatively less suitable mode. That is what it is, relatively less suitable mode of business in respect to product categories. Requires high personal touch, such as, see, garments, toiletries, or you go with jewelries, you go with so many things. You need to actually experience all these things, or else what happens, you will not buy those products. But what they also say, e-businesses, once you go and you go for a traditional way, after using the traditional way, now you come to our e-business and start shopping. That is what they say. That means initially you go with traditional, now you know what exactly it is. Now don't go to the traditional, come to our shopping thing and you buy the product. That is what they say. Next one is incongruence between order taking or giving and order fulfillment speed. Yes, the minute I click Swiss watches, now they are not ready to give it very fast. The reason is what? Even they should have the processing things. So that is a problem. So I'll tell you what, this can be solved. The time can be like, first earlier 3 days or 4 days or a week or 10 months put together. I'm telling you, it used to happen. But now what has happened is, a 10 months delivery, now it has reached 3 months delivery. The 3 months have reached 1 month delivery. 1 month has reached 15 days. 15 days has reached 3 days. So that means what? Now they are working on it. Next, information can flow at click. Information can flow at click of a mouse, but the physical delivery of the product takes time. Yes, that is very, very true. This incongruence may play on patience of the customers. This may further frustrate the user. So this is what happens. The delivery boy, what is that he can do? What is that the madam can actually say? And what exactly the time is all about? Understand this. So example here, I'll tell you what is the example. One of the example which I feel I should share with you is, a wedding was there, my friend's wedding, and bridegroom and the bride had placed an order in the e-business, and 1 month was there for the wedding. They promised that within 15 days both the sari and the suit will be delivered to the bride and the bridegroom. Later 15 days done, 16th day they waited, it did not come, and they got frustrated because it's their wedding, it's a grand day. 20 days done. Now the question is, will it come or not? Because the payment was already done. 10 days remained for the wedding and they were frustrated. The 25th day, the material came, the product came. That is, only the bridegroom's suit was there, but bride's sari did not even come. 26th day, what happened is, the bride family, they went to the traditional way of shopping. They bought the saris again. They gave the money, expensive it was. Now what happened, on the day of wedding, the sari came. Now what happens is, incongruence will happen. See, unnecessary tension, unnecessary thing, because they can't keep their words. So that is what happens in the e-business. Need for technology, capability and competence. If you don't have this competence, you're gone. Parties of e-business. Apart from the traditional 3 R's. What is that? 3 R's. I'll tell you what this 3 R's is all about, right? Reading, right? This is what traditional R. So 1 R, you got it. Next, you have something called writing, WR. Okay, writing. Let's go with it. And one more you have is arithmetic. Now you have arithmetical. Okay, now you have this traditional 3 R's. What is that we call? This is 3 R's. Okay. E-business require a fairly high degree of familiarity, that is of the parties, with the word of computers. So when you go with traditional way how to read everything, you have 3 R's. R, that is reading, writing and arithmetical. The same way the competency you should have is what? In the computer, that is you should know the computer properly. You should be computer savvy. So if you are computer savvy, then definitely you can actually go with e-business. If not, fraudulent acts will happen. So be careful with this. Though you know the way of buying and selling all the products, but understand this e-business, you don't have any kind of a problem. If you feel, then you are a fool. You need to know that there are so many hidden agendas. You should be able to understand everything and then move forward. Next one, we have increase risk. Yes, the person who it is, it's a question mark. You know this hackers, right? Now what they do is, now for them it is an economic activity kind, right? But it is illegal. But for us it is all earned money. Now the hackers will just sit somewhere, and if they can access your system, I'll tell you, all the money goes. Now we have so many histories like that. The hackers have hacked so many different sites. Now understand, so many bank accounts, so many things through what? E-business. Now internet transactions, you need to understand about this. Internet transactions occur between cyber personalities. So what happens is, a person who is in a computer, again a person. Now e-business happens through computer to computer, right? Now what happens is, as such, it becomes difficult to establish the identity of the parties. So who this person is, we don't know. Who this person is, we don't know. When it comes to traditional, what happens is, we know the fixed shop. We go there, we buy the product. Something happens, we can go to the same shop, we'll return the product. But here what happens is, we don't know who the people are. Now emerging modes, now what is that they are doing is, they are actually making the people get to know each other. So who are the people? See, that's the beauty of mode of business. That is, whatever is the necessary things, they are actually getting it done. It is riskier, therefore, transacting through internet. Yes, it is very, very risky to go for those kind of a thing. Now once what had happened, I'll tell you, in a Times of India article, the article had come that is, somebody in USA, they wanted to buy 2 Apple phones, and they ordered internet, that is e-business kind, 2 Apple phone, and they paid also, right? They paid also $699 each they paid, and then after 10 days they got 2 Apple, but it was not Apple phone, it was only an Apple fruit. Now understand, e-business, you don't know who the person was, the seller, and when they started to track it, they couldn't track it. Now after that, says after 6 months, they got to know that he was a seller. Now understand this, the seller got punishment after 6 months, but what happens to the money? The money is gone. $699 is not so easy. 699 into 2, because 2 Apple phones she actually bought. Now these are the things which will happen in e-business. One more kind of a thing I'll tell you, in India what had happened, Flipkart, they had actually shared that article. Sometimes what has happened is, sometimes what happened really in Flipkart is, a person, he wanted to buy some speakers, right? And he got JBL speakers. And the person who wanted to buy speakers, he ordered for a speaker which is 2000 worth. And Flipkart, while delivering it, they actually gave him 12,000 worth speaker. Now understand what happened. The customer, he being a very prompt person, he said, this is not the order which I placed. I wanted the speakers of this company. Now Flipkart gave an article saying that this speaker, whatever you have received, it is from our end, and they also gave the speaker which he wanted to. Now understand, it's a bonus for him. So risk is there. I'll tell you what it is. You have a merit as well as a demerit, but usually what happens is, this Flipkart thing, what they have done, it is all because of the way they carry their name, and they have helped that person. Now that person got 12,000 benefit, but what about the person who got $699 into 2 losses? So the losses are more than what I say the profits or the benefits. The next one is people resistance. Yes, resistance. Please understand this word resistance. You would have heard this word resistance in Money Heist, where the professor says that resistance, right? So what exactly the resistance is all about here? The process of adjustment to a new technology and new way of doing things causes stress. Yes, you cannot actually go freely. The minute you are done with your 10th, the way you used to be in your 10th standard in your school days, because you knew everybody, right? All those things. The minute you come to the college, you see new faces, fresh faces, you see new faculty. Now what happens is you will not be so comfortable the way the first things are. So that is what the resistance here is. And the sense of insecurity will happen. As a result, people may resist an organization's plan to enter into e-business. Always understand, even in this pandemic, when all the faculties were told that students will not come and students will only go with online classes, what happened is Vidyashram was the first college to initiate all the program of online teaching and showing it to the entire India for free. I'll tell you, resistance wasn't there. The reason is we knew the vision, what exactly it was. But you can also see there are so many other colleges where resistance is there. The faculties feel that we are not able to perform online, we will only be there for chalk and talk. Now only when the students will come, they'll teach. So that is what the resistance will happen. So here also the resistance here is what? A new technology, that is e-business. The old traditional practice, they can't actually come to the e-business. But this is inevitable. They are supposed to come. And now I'll tell you, the people who were against e-business, now they're enjoying e-business. So the mode of business has changed. The mode of business has given them more income. Now I'll tell you what it is. The merits are there. You don't need a investment, you don't need any kind of a thing. You can only go and start e-business as a agent or a broker. Next you have is ethical fallout. For this, you need to understand what is this ethical fallout. I'll give you a case. Now you can understand. There is a girl called Sabina, and Sabina is working in a company. And when she's working in a company, because of stress, because of so many other kind of reasons, now what happens is she is sharing her text with her friend who is in some other company, and in her email she will actually type that I feel like quitting the job, I don't feel good here, the people who are here, they're not so cooperative. All those regular kind of a normal conversation what happens with friends to friends, she is sharing in the email. Now what happens is suddenly a HR manager comes. And he talks to Sabina. If you want to quit, you can quit. Now Sabina is in a confused state. Now Sabina never told this to anybody in the company. She didn't tell anything about the company to anybody. How is that the HR manager got to know? Now this is what is called ethical fallout. Now all the companies are doing something called, they are securing their account. They want to check what does that employee do. And that's why I'll tell you, even if you feel that your brother got a laptop from the computer and you can do so many things, no, you can't, because the laptop is always in the surveillance of the company, so you can't do anything. Nowadays I'll tell you, the laptops which your brother or your father, mother, whoever takes from the company and they come, you can't even insert a pen drive in that particular computer. So that means that much security they have done. So what is this ethical fallout? Understand. So you are planning to quit is what the HR manager will ask. You may be well quit right now, said the HR manager, showing her a copy of the email that she had written to her friend. So what it is? Now Sabina was both shocked and stunned as to know her boss got through to her email account. The reason is what? This is the reason. Nowadays, the business concern, nowadays companies use an electronic eye. What is we call that as electronic eyes, right? Electronic eyes, to keep track to the computer files you use, your email account, and the website you visit, etc. All those. So is it ethical? The first question is it ethical? That is called ethical fallout. There is no ethics. We cannot actually see somebody's text. It is not ethical, but we usually do it with our friends. But what happens when it is professional? That's why I'll tell you, whatever the computer, whatever the things are given by the company, you are not supposed to use for some other things. I'll tell you here, websites you visit, be careful of the website you visit. Be careful whatever you write in that. Be careful whatever you save in that. That means what? There's always something called electronic eyes. And my humble request to all the students here, whenever you take photos in your camera, I'll tell you, even the photos in your camera is also not safe. Photos in your mobile phone is not safe. So there are so many incidents which you also know that. So be aware of it. Be very responsible citizen of India and be a very good student, and always be a very good son and a daughter to your parents. So these are the things which you are supposed to know. If there is a merit, definitely there is a limitations. So these are the limitations of e-business, and you have understood all this is what I feel. If you have not, you are always welcome to come to Vidyashram or ask Abhilash sir what exactly it is. I'm here to explain you once again. Thank you so much. Until then, I'll see you when I see you.